Got messages that are syncing with Firebase. We can sign in, we can sign out. Some of us have hosting. But these rooms are kind of fake, right? These don't do anything. Let's see if we can start heading in that direction. Let's see if this room name up here and here can at least be dynamic. So where should we store those? What component should we store those in? The name of the current room. App is maybe a little too high. Chat is maybe too low. I'd say main. I'd say main. Because it's going to change when we do something in the sidebar, right? So if it's in chat, we're not going to be able to make that happen. So it could be an app, but that's unnecessarily high up. So, yep, let's go for main.
Could it also be in sidebar? Could it also be in sidebar?
No, because then it couldn't get to chat. So it pretty much has to be main. So main doesn't have any state yet, so let's add some state here. I'm not going to use a constructor. Just going to use a property assignment. Excuse me. Let's add state.room. I'll just give it a name. I'll give the current room a name of S3 afternoon and a description. That's all a room really needs, a name and a description. Ask questions and share code. That's all a room really needs. Very good. If we want to display that up here, we're going to have to pass it down to chat header, right? So we're in main right now, so we're going to have to pass it down through chat, right? If we have something that's on state in main and we want to pass it down to chat, how do we pass it? As a prop. So room equals. Somebody actually raise your hand. Tell me what I type inside the curly braces there to pass down room. Room's up there. I want to pass it as a prop to chat. What do I put inside the curly braces? No, don't say anything. Raise your hand, gosh dang it. What do you think? This.state.room. Right. Because in main, it's in state. All right. So in the chat component then, we need to pass it down to chat header. So inside chat component, what do I put inside the curly braces? Raise your hand. I know more of you know that than this. We do this all the time. We pass around props. What do I put here? Yeah, I know she knows. She did every single level of the homework. Go ahead and tell us anyway, Kendall. This.props.room, right? It was this.state.room here. It's this.props.room here. Does everybody understand why that is? Okay. It is the same thing, but here's where the data actually lives. It lives in the state of the main component. You can pass it into chat as a prop. So then it's not in state anymore, it's a prop. So the same data is living in a different part of a different component. So we access it a different way. So inside chat header, we don't have a class anymore. We have a stateless functional component. That's right. Earth-shattering stuff. How am I going to get to it in here? I'm going to have to change something on line 3. It's not a class, so I don't have this.props. This.props isn't even a thing. I don't say anything. I want people to spend a little time thinking. Okay, now. So when you have a stateless functional component, your props will all come in as an argument, right? You'll have a single argument that is an object. And we learned that we can actually destructure that. So I could do this, and down here where I want that to show up, I could say props.room.name. Or I could break it out using curly braces. and actually just grab room directly and just say room.name. And down here, room.description. If you're still not getting this stuff, do check out the React docs. Read the part about components and props and state and lifecycle. See if you get that much. See if that stuff becomes clearer. Somebody else's explanation may work better for you than mine. Or maybe you know it and you're just not raising your hands. I don't know. But passing props around, that's the fundamental React stuff that we're doing all the time. So hopefully this works now. S3 afternoons, ask questions and share code. There it is. So this still says general. But we updated chat header. So we need to update message list, right? So message list is already getting messages. Now it needs to get room as well. And we established that that is this .props.room from inside chat. So inside message list, this is again a stateless functional component. What props do I have here? Do I have any props? I don't think I even have any props. So I could totally destructure it here again, put room. Oh, there we go, props.messages. So messages, comma, room. And here it is. Here's the room name, general. I don't want general. I want room.name. There we go, S3 afternoon. I still have this hard-coded up here in main, but the point is, chat header and message list are now getting the name of the current room dynamically. So that's a step in the right direction of having multiple rooms that actually are dynamic. So store room in state and show it in chat. Questions about how we did that? It's the stuff we were doing last week, throwing props all over the place.